Welcome back to the Hustle Podcast. It's your host, Caleb Westra, along with CJ Hester, John Hope. Logan Smith will not be here tonight, but we're proud of him for getting his education, meeting with his group tonight. I just figured I'd put that out there so we knew where his priorities lie, and that's first getting education so he can, get that communication degree. No, I'm just kidding. Business management. Business ethics. Isn't that off of Billy Madison? Where you haven't seen that movie in a while?
Not in like 8 years.
They're going through the categories like Jeopardy, and he goes, business ethics. Well, enough about that nonsense. It's time to get the rundown, the skinny of the show. So, first, college football playoff rankings. Do we agree with them? What should Florida State and USC do? Is anyone on upset alert this weekend? LSU Bama in depth, along with Penn State and Minnesota. Point standings, quick picks, and locks of the week. What a show we have this week. So first, college football playoff rankings. At the number 1 spot, the Ohio State Buckeyes. At the number 2 spot, LSU. And a surprise to many, at the 3, the Alabama Crimson Tide. In your 4th spot, 2 teams out of the Big Ten knocking Clemson out, is the Penn State Nittany Lions. What do we think?
I want to say it's probably like 2-3 episodes ago. We gave our top 4 guys, top teams that we were putting in the playoffs right now. And I was the only one to put Ohio State at number 1.
Yeah, you were. Sure. And
it came out they are the best team right now. No matter who have they played, they look the best.
But what I told you was I needed to see the eye test a little bit more, and they got that over Wisconsin. I think now they're just blowing teams out of the water. Will they have a test the rest of the year?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they'll have 2 tests. They have Penn State and Michigan.
Do you think it'll be a test, though? Or do you think they'll just run
through? Well, they got
through?
Penn State at home.
The thing about,
if they run through Penn State, do they just obliterate Michigan?
No, I do not think they blow Michigan out this year. I mean, a blowout. Do they win? I don't think they win by more than 2 touchdowns.
Okay, 14 points.
My prediction first of the year was you guys finally do beat them. But
you're not sticking with it?
They've looked way too good.
Well, we look way too up and down. But we're catching our stride.
Yeah. Sure. But you see Michigan's defense consistently getting better week in, week
out. This is the thing.
The offense is
Don Brown issued a warning to Ohio State. I shared the post on Facebook, and my comment was, I don't believe it till I see it. You and Jimmy have had too many empty promises. And that's where I stand. I want to be a believer. I'm very happy in the way things are going as of late. But got Michigan State next weekend. Tough Indiana team at Indiana, and then Ohio State.
Penix is out for the season.
That was a huge blow, and I saw that.
But luckily for IU, Ramsey is a 2-year starter. And
unluckily, he can't throw the ball.
Yeah, but he has experience playing in 2 years. I think it won't be as big of a drop off.
So
I don't think they would be close to where they are record wise without Penix starting.
So LSU at number 2. What do you guys think?
I think LSU sitting back right now, like, what do we have to do to be number 1 after the schedule?
Why?
Well, you know what they have to do this week. That's it. That's going to be this is the game that decides who's number 1.
See, I think a lot of people are mad because they wanted 1 versus 2.
Yes. I honestly thought they would give it to
you. And this is the thing. 2 teams probably won't be in there after this week.
Absolutely won't.
Or after next week, I should say.
Yeah.
Because those 2, LSU and Bama play each other this week. And then is it next week, Penn State?
Yeah.
Ohio State? Or is it 2 weeks?
2 more weeks for that.
But still. The committee knew what they're doing. Yeah. They did it on purpose. And then Clemson's sitting there not freaking out at all. You know Dabo Swinney's chilling. Like, look, both of these teams or both of these matchups will happen in 3 weeks. And if we win out, we'll be just fine.
And saying Dabo, I really don't think Dabo, he's calm right now. But I saw Ryan Leaf said he talked to him. And Dabo is pissed off right now, though, at the committee. And he's not hiding it. He think they are getting disrespectful on a winning streak.
Does he really believe that, or is he saying that to his players' side? Because
Dabo, he believes I think he's really pissed.
I don't think so. I think Dabo's kind of like a Nick Saban or a Jim Harbaugh, where they play the role of like the martyr, just so their players. You know who really plays that really well, but he can't really play the victim right now because D'Antonio usually gets those guys going with the victim card, but I think he's the victim right now because his team's just abandoning him. But long story short. Does Penn State have a chance to go? John had them winning the Big Ten.
I did.
If they win the Big Ten, they're in.
No, but I'm just saying, but
that means they beat Ohio State.
But do they beat Ohio State at home? And that's the big thing. I don't know.
Because they could even let one slip after that.
And still,
that game matters the most.
And knowing what Penn State has this year that they haven't had past years, even with Barkley, that's the top 3 defense on that side. And I think Justin Fields has played Wisconsin's defense, and he played Michigan State's defense, who's usually scouted and runs stuff. But when he plays Penn State defense and those linebackers, it's going to be a little different. Mm-hmm. The speed's a little faster, and I think J.K. Dobbins would notice the difference too, because that run defense is top 5 in the nation. Yep. So they're going to make Justin Fields read the defense, throw the ball, and see if he can beat him. And we said the same thing about Wisconsin, and he beat him. Yeah. So
the good thing for Ohio State's schedule is incredibly helpful for them this year. They have Wisconsin at home. They've got Penn State at home.
But the schedule doesn't help them late in the season when they play Penn State, and then the next game they have to go to Michigan. That's 2 tough games back to back.
Yes, but that's good for Michigan.
Yeah, and that's honestly like a playoff test right there.
Can you win 2 big games back to back late in the season?
Yes.
And this is the thing. They're very healthy, knock on wood.
Yes.
I have not seen a more healthier, more significant Ohio State team in years past. There may be teams that could rival them in talent, but not full health. And I think that's the thing. Right. If you're talking about main guys, you have a full strength J.K. Dobbins, full strength Olave, you have full strength Justin Fields. Let's talk about Chase Young. Their defense is healthy. I don't see really many holes in their defense, which is what they've had before, and that's why they've cost games like Iowa, like Purdue, like Northwestern in the past where they've dropped those games. Purdue just kind of exposed them last year, but I don't think anybody really can expose them.
Yeah.
I think if they lose a game, it's just going to be a shootout, and they played a good team.
I
think that they're not going to lose that game like everybody wants them to this year.
Talking about health, I think Alabama right now with those injuries and the quarterback situation, I think Tua's will play this week. Nick Saban's not going to come out and say it to
Do you think that's why they're ranked at 3 because of injuries?
They ranked at 3 because of the schedule.
Yeah, it's just...
Now, if you ask in past years, if Alabama loses LSU, can still get in? Yes. If Alabama loses on Saturday, there's no way they can get in.
Other than the committee dick riding.
Yeah, and the schedule...
Like they always do, but...
Their schedule is so weak compared to even
do we want to... Okay, so if Clemson and Alabama play, do we want to match them up first or in the championship? I think we match them up first because I'm tired of watching them in the championship.
Yeah, you can say that, but I hate to do that. Just match teams up because they play. I want to see the best teams in order.
Yeah,
I want to see the best teams in order.
But realistically,
so no, I don't care if Clemson's won Alabama.
Realistically, if you're Clemson and Alabama, you're not going to play each other until the championship because the way it works out is none of them are going to be a number 1 team. And I think if they're both 3 and 4, then 1 plays 4 and 2 plays 3, so they wouldn't play each other.
But more than likely, it'll be a 1 and 2 situation for them because Clemson's not going to lose.
No, but I still think strength of schedule. I think you put Ohio State in at the 1. Mm-hmm. Penn State, I don't know if they make it. I want them to, trust me. But then you put at the 2, you got to put either Bama or LSU. I think that
Georgia could sneak back.
But Georgia could sneak back in. But look, okay, say what if there's big games happening. If Minnesota runs the table, do they get a spot?
They beat Penn State.
Yeah, they beat Penn State.
They go through, and let's say they play Ohio State, beat Ohio State.
And beat the crap out of Ohio State.
I don't see how
Do
you
you put two
cannot
Big
let
Ten
them
teams
in.
in? Do you put Ohio
They have to
State?
beat Wisconsin too.
Do you put? Yeah, they play Iowa, Wisconsin, and Penn State.
They could lose 3 straight.
They could lose 3 straight, but
No.
if they win,
Listen, no.
is that good enough resume?
Listen to this. And this is a crazy stat. Since week 2 or 3, Minnesota hasn't faced a starting quarterback. They have faced all backups.
Huh.
So this is the first week that they're actually.
Well,
Since week 2,
well,
yes.
the reason they are this undefeated is because of
And they have some
play.
close calls, but I mean, we can't say that's why they've been winning. Maybe they are a good team. We don't know.
We don't know.
No.
I will just want to say I had Minnesota winning the West in my predictions, just as John had Penn State. We can see a good matchup. If John and my team, his team out of the East and my team out of the West.
And
I think that'd be good. Who'd you had Northwestern or Nebraska? Who'd you have?
Gosh, it wasn't Nebraska. It was Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I
Okay.
think we pick. Before we move on, is anybody outside the top 4 or 5 that you think can sneak in?
Well, Oregon is
Oregon.
For some reason, they're giving Utah a lot of love.
At 8?
I love
Yeah,
Utah
right
still.
behind
I
them.
love Utah still. But I don't know if they could do it. That USC lost.
Yeah.
hurt pretty bad.
Oklahoma. Any chance?
There's Oklahoma.
I
The
don't
schedule
know.
gets a little
The
tougher.
Ki-
The strength of the
Kansas-
schedule.
I can't see. I can see Georgia sneaking in. I could see Oregon sneaking in with some other.
Yeah,
blowout
because
teams.
Georgia lost to a good South Carolina team.
Okay, South Carolina.
But I'm
They're
saying-
500.
But they've played tough games. Like
Sure.
they're better than
They're
better
better
than
than
USC.
that.
If
They're
Georgia-
better, if you played South Carolina versus USC, the eye test says South Carolina beats USC.
Okay, let's say this.
True.
Let's say this happens. Oregon wins out. They win the Pac-12.
Right.
And Georgia wins out but loses in the SEC championship game to Alabama LSU by 3. And Oklahoma wins out. So Oklahoma and Oregon both have 1 loss. And Georgia's saying they have 2 losses. Any chance they get in?
Georgia
No.
would not.
Georgia would not.
has to win out.
Yeah, they have to win out and they have to win the
They have to
But
beat,
if-
they have to
SEC
beat
championship.
Bama or LSU in those.
So if Georgia beats LSU or Bama, that's the only way SEC teams get 2.
That's the only way they get to. Yeah.
Does Auburn have 1 loss?
Auburn.
They
Yeah,
lost
they had
to.
They lost to Oregon at the beginning of the year.
Auburn has 2
Oh,
losses.
No, they beat Oregon.
They lost
Auburn
to,
has 2 losses.
Who they lose to? Florida and
LSU.
LSU. Yeah, they're done.
They lost to
You
LSU.
reverse the games.
All right. Well, for me, that's pretty much it on that subject. So let's talk about should Florida State and USC. What should they do? Should they be worried? Willie Taggart, like I said on the podcast last week, I said a bus would hit Willie Taggart because we joked about how they said they wouldn't take Urban Meyer, even if a bus hit Willie Taggart that week. Well, a bus did, and it was the Miami Hurricanes.
Now I get Miami Hurricanes.
Not a good Miami Hurricanes team. And
Let's start there with Florida State since really Taggart is fired and gone.
so who comes into FSU to save the day? Like, do we go with like a Bronco Mendenhall or a younger guy that has experience, or do you talk about somebody? Big game Bob. Bob Stoops said he was very interested in
Bob Stoops.
And one thing
How
I
about the
even
Stoops
saw
brother? Either one of them?
either one, but I think you take Bob.
But if
He said he wants the job, and if Bob wants the job, that means he wants back in. He's coaching the XFL right now. That season will probably start here, right
It's
after
in
December.
starts- yeah, yep.
Yep.
In the last 3 months.
So that will start here. We'll see what decisions are made by then. One candidate I heard, which wouldn't be too crazy as people think, Jason Brown from Last Chance U.
I have not heard that.
Straight out of Compton. There was a report how they were saying how he could make a good candidate. I think it might be just fun rumor stuff, media stuff. Hey, I would like to see Brown get a head coach job somewhere big. I think he has to start somewhere other than Florida State.
You know what name has been coming up, and he's at a great spot right now, and he's been brought with USC and Florida State, is James Franklin.
Oh, that's true, but I don't
Leaving
see him leaving Penn State though.
No,
Especially
not
with the
this
year they
year.
win, and if
That's
they go to the
the
national championship, I don't see him leaving. I can see him leaving for Florida State, but I just don't think that USC job is as high profile as everybody thinks it is. That Florida State has so much tradition and history. Bobby Bowden, just going back in the history, and so James Franklin, I love him. Great coach, I think. What do you think about PJ Fleck? Do you think he would ever leave Minnesota?
He just signed a contract, so no. He just signed a 7-year contract. And they have PJ Fleck set up for the long haul. And I think
Which is
I
smart
think
by
he-
Minnesota by
yeah.
signing him now
Yeah.
because they knew that there's so many vacancies going to be open by the end of
And
the
by
year.
signing that contract, there's no way he can afford that opt out right now. So I think he's there for at least another 3 or 4 years.
What about like a Jeff Brom, or even or Tim Allen out of IU?
I don't think Tim Allen would get that right now. Jeff Brom is interesting. He's getting paid a lot right now. So I don't know why he would leave. And just the struggles and the injuries at Purdue right now is unfortunate.
I'm still on the Mike Gundy. I like Mike Gundy. I think
you
he'd be
think he'd
better.
leave though?
I think he'd leave because he's stuck between Oklahoma and Texas in recruiting. Like when you think about recruiting, you want to recruit your state. I think he has the chance to be able to come into Florida State and out recruit Florida. But he doesn't have the chance not to do with
Not in the next
Texas.
few years, though.
You think it would take time to build
I
that?
think it would.
I have to bring this guy up because Logan isn't here. But Matt Campbell,
Matt Campbell, I like Matt Campbell a lot.
Iowa State. Or how about Dave Clausing from Wake Forest? He's quietly at 7-1
Quietly at 7-1. He has brought NFL talent in the last few years, and Jesse Bates and a few others that are starting as rookies. So he's developing talent, and he's winning games in the ACC where we used to see a big ACC, but now really there's 1 or 2 teams that we feel like could even do anything. And you have a North Carolina that is up and down. You know, they can hang with teams, but they're not winning games like they should.
A guy that I would love. I don't know if it'll happen, but I think he's ready. And he already showed he can recruit in that state. He's already in Florida. Lane Kiffin.
I was thinking
Ooh, I forgot about Lane Kiffin.
I didn't want to say it.
It's not crazy. It's not crazy.
No,
I think he's ready to be.
I like it. I think he's ready to go. I think he's ready
Back
to
to
roll.
a Power 5.
Back to the Power 5. Show your face again. And start getting these top recruits in Florida. And stop getting everybody's leftovers.
Because Florida State just needs anything. They're kind of like Michigan a few years ago
If
when they just
yeah.
needed somebody to come in and rebuild that program.
And just be able to get players in the
Even
building.
to get 10-win games. Like, that's really what Florida State fans like. I mean, obviously, everybody wants national championships, but like just to get a winning season for Florida State,
They've been on
this is unheard of. Was the last 3 years, 4 years that since Jimbo Fisher left, which I don't agree with. Anyways, but I mean, we see crazier stuff like Jimbo Fisher leaving for
Texas A&M.
Yeah,
But I just think Lane Kiffin would be that fit. Now, USC.
I think USC's stuck with. USC would be a good Jason Brown because he's from Compton.
But I think at the end of the day,
but it's
Close,
at the end of the day, USC,
South Crenshaw, LA, baby.
USC would fire the coach and load the buses, and load the bricks truck. Boosters driving it,
You want to Jalen Ramsey that?
and then they'll be in front of Urban Meyer's house and be like, "What's up?"
You know they're already doing it.
I know they
And do you
don't.
think he's happening? I don't think he's happening.
I don't think he goes back this year. I don't think he goes back at all.
Not for. I think he pulls an Andrew Luck and comes back in 2 years.
So you think 2 years
After
you don't think he's coming back at all.
after his Fox contract's up.
And usually, I'm with he doesn't come back next year, but he'd be the year after. But I feel like USC is they'll be like, now, never, because they have to let their coach go.
Yeah,
Right.
Like,
Well, what they could do is just sign an assistant for the year.
like an intro.
Would anyone sign for
no,
because
because they know that.
contract?
Why would
Kind of like Lou Fickle did at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay, is anyone on upset alert this week? I think Michigan State.
You got one, right?
I got
You
one
go.
now.
You go first.
I got undefeated Baylor.
Yeah.
Looking scary against a rival in TCU.
Oh, but I like Baylor.
I like Baylor too. But I think TCU's underperformed for the year for what they have talent-wise. And it's a home game, rivalry. I think it's going to be a surprise, shocking the crowd. It's only noon game, I get it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel something about TCU this week. It's only a 2.5 spread.
It's at TCU too.
So Vegas knows something.
It's at TCU too.
Yeah.
TCU, big deal.
I think mine was gonna be, and this can be my lock. We can talk later about it, but
This is my lock. By the way.
that's your lock. My lock is going to be 14.5 underdog Illinois playing at Michigan State. Illinois shocked the world with Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a way better team than Michigan State. I think Brandon Peters is playing pretty excellent ball right now. That defense is rolling, and Lovie Smith is.
Yeah, but pretty excellent
got
for
mine.
Brandon Peters is like.
Brandon.
I'm just saying for the system, like he's not no Joe Burrow, but for Illinois, he's playing pretty. Like he's playing above of rapport. And
You
and
say
above
that,
what-
But I'm saying, like, I don't even think those two teams are that much separation of how good they are.
But 14 points?
Yeah, I know. And I would take that too. Let me tell you what I'm taking. Might surprise you guys.
App State.
Huh? Nah. SEC score, though. They're 16.5 favorite at home. Mizzou at Georgia.
I don't like that.
I think Mizzou is so up and down, but they can't explode any time.
But they're at Georgia.
South Carolina beat Georgia at Georgia.
Yeah, but South Carolina's a different team. Like, South Carolina beat the shit out of Mizzou.
Yeah, but I'm saying Mizzou has the talent. Mizzou has a way better quarterback than South Carolina. I think there's a chance, and it'll be in the third quarter and be like, this game's kind of tight.
I think Georgia only lost because of just random accidents happening, and their best kicker in the country
They lost because Jake Fromm kept throwing picks.
True.
That's why they lost.
But Jake Fromm never loses 2 games in a row. Georgia has not lost a game since.
They look back to what they were and what we expected them to be.
60,
they let one slide.
60
there's too much ahead.
They are looking ahead because they do need to worry about...
Who's their coach again? I can never keep track.
Georgia's?
Yeah.
Um,
It's not Matt Rick. That was their
Oh,
old coach.
no. But I forgot to bring that name up. How about him at Florida State? He coached at the U for a little bit?
He coached at the U. He's off. That's a good one. Who is their coach? I know it. I don't know why. And I'm gonna kill myself if I don't figure this out.
You can't think of the name, man.
Can't think of the name.
Kirby Smart.
Oh,
Kirby.
Okay.
I'm saying this week, I honestly think Georgia is out of the playoff ready.
Yeah,
that's what I believe.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
Good picks.
Okay.
Anybody else?
That's not your lock.
Huh?
You won't lock it though.
I'll tell you a little bit.
That's on upset alert.
I'll tell you a little bit. Hey, and Clemson will cover this week. I'll tell you that much too.
They play?
1.5 favorite. They probably win by 40.
Who's Clemson play?
NC State. NC State sitting at 4-4.
All right.
NC State's been decent.
So
They're 500.
LSU Bama. Do we just want to do our in-depth picks now?
Just go with
and
it,
then
man.
we'll talk that, and then we'll do our quick picks at the end.
Sure.
LSU at the beginning of the season, I said there'd be a couple of teams to get over the hump, and one was LSU.
I think they've already gotten over the hump during last year.
Nah, bro, you can't.
I mean, regardless of what happens,
but
I'm saying regardless of what happens in this game, I think they're a better team than last year. They've showed. They lost a good game, close game. I think what was it to Auburn last year? Was it Auburn that they kind of choked? Yeah, was it Auburn? And then a few years before that, when they lost to Bama with Leonard Fournette.
If they lose it, it's not over the hump. It's the same LSU year after year.
No, I disagree.
Nah,
I disagree.
What's the no? They could go win every game
because they lose. Look, they lose to Bama. Are they on the same side as Bama?
Yes.
So there's no way of them going to the. If they lose, they're out of college football playoff.
Okay, this
rankings.
past 3 years, gave me LSU's points per game versus Alabama. You guys know it? Points per game in the last 3 years.
Not much. They got
$3.
Yeah.
3. Nah, this is the monkey on the back. What holds LSU down?
Oh, definitely. But we could say that about a lot of teams.
Michigan.
That's Michigan.
That's Michigan's.
Okay, at the end of the day, Michigan LSU could go undefeated and still lose to their rivals, and they're not getting over the hump. That's not getting over the hump.
True.
And I think, and like I said, I think LSU comes into Alabama. Alabama doesn't have a great defense like in the past. And I think they win.
This is the most vulnerable Bama's been.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think you got to
take it. Play. I don't think he's 100%.
You got to take the kill shot and knock him out of the playoffs. Yeah. So that being said, Tua's hurt. I don't know if he plays or not. We'll see.
Well, now, if this game wasn't being played in Tuscaloosa,
if it was in Death Valley,
Tua would play.
Everyone would be taking LSU.
I think LSU would be favored by 3 if it was
but,
at home.
I think the money line would be crazy for LSU.
I want to go +6 LSU. I'm taking
+6 right now. That's crazy.
I'm taking LSU. So in-depth picks, Joe Burrow.
I don't want to see Bama again in the playoffs, so I got to see LSU.
At the end of the day, it's kind of like back in the day. You know how you just don't pick against Tom Brady. You kind of just don't pick against LeBron. You kind of just don't pick against Bama.
Yeah.
But I'm picking against Bama.
Yeah.
The Ravens beat Tom Brady this week, so why can't Joe Burrow and the LSU Tigers beat Bama this week?
It's just I'm not saying they can't. I'm
Just
saying
saying.
they are. But one thing for that to happen, LSU's defense has to play like an LSU defense.
Yeah.
They can't play like a Big 12
They need
defense.
DBs to step up on those big, fast wide receivers.
Yes.
Their linebackers
I need
to make tackles.
I need that secondary to step
They
up.
can't have missed tackles at all.
LSU might be the only secondary that can handle the Alabama speed at all. At all.
Yeah.
So they need to step up.
So I agree with that. Next game, Penn State, Minnesota. It's at Minnesota. Best start Minnesota's had in ever. And
Good game.
You already
Sad
brought
game.
up they haven't faced a starting quarterback since week 2. I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
nuts.
yeah, but I still like.
Is
I
it?
still
What's,
like
what's the spread?
I think the spread
8. I think
was
it's
8. It was -8.
Penn State.
Penn State.
I think they covered that.
But do they win?
I just think Minnesota. Yeah.
Oh, it's 6.5. My bad. 6.5.
You said do they win?
It was 8 earlier.
Yeah, it was 8. 6.5.
So you're saying you're taking Penn State
Oh, I
with
thought you
the
said
minus
Minnesota. That's my bad.
6.5?
That's my bad.
You're taking -6.5 Penn State.
Yes. Because I think Minnesota's outperformed what they expected for sure.
I just haven't played anybody.
They haven't played anyone.
Caleb, who you got?
So growing up, we all like to listen to nursery rhymes, right?
Yeah.
And one of my favorites talks about perseverance and getting through and not stopping. And that is, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. And
Maryland.
You say PJ Fleck?
I think this is the thing. You say they don't play against quarterbacks, starting quarterback, that's fine. But PJ Fleck just keeps rowing that boat slow and steady.
Sure.
And he's rolled through 8-0 now. Best start, like we said, in the PJ Fleck era at a major D1 college.
But
I know
it's
Western
it's
Michigan
they've
was
been rowing
different.
down a stream, and now they're about to go down White Rapids. So I
But-
think the boat's gonna capsize. Like
But
first quarter.
because they've been rowing together and because they've been fighting together, I think that when the Rapids come, they'll be just fine. And I think they might get shell-shocked in the first, but I think that Michigan exposed Penn State, especially how to come back. And I think that Minnesota takes advantage. I think they were watching game film, and I think Minnesota wins. So I'm taking Minnesota. I'll take the +6. I'll take the victory. I already took my lock of the week, and I already took them as the winner. So that's not a lock, either way, they would have been both. That's originally what I wanted to pick. But yeah, so I'm taking PJ Fleck. Yes, Penn State is good. Respect Penn State. Respect Hamler. Best receiver, I will say, in the Big Ten. Fastest receiver, maybe top 5 in the country.
Right behind the Bama receiver.
Yeah, behind Judy.
He could go first. round.
Jerry Judy's pretty damn fast. But so that's my take on it. So I'm picking Minnesota.
John, you picked Penn State.
Penn State.
It's tough. Cause before you, I just think the Penn State defense
Guys
is.
are gonna look so stupid.
I think
when they
Penn.
lose by 30.
I think Penn State's defense is too good. Like, take it. Minnesota's quarterback has thrown 18 touchdown passes, only thrown 4 picks.
I think he's gonna throw 4 picks.
I think.
John, a little harsh there.
I think people
I'm
are
just kidding.
people are talking. People expect Penn State to win,
People are talking.
and that might pump up Minnesota a little bit. Like we're getting disrespectful.
Sure,
but you
but-
look at the teams they played, and lately they have been blowing teams out. But the first 3 weeks of the season, played Fresno State, North Dakota State, and and won by 3 points each. Like
We were surprised that they were 4-0.
Yeah.
We looked at them like, they're
And-
top of the Big Ten.
Well, they almost lost the first week, and everybody
Yeah, that
was
was
making
to
fun of
North
me.
Dakota.
And I was like, oh, shut up.
So, I think that defense is too much. I don't know how they'll keep up with score. I don't know if Minnesota can score over 17 points this Saturday.
Yeah, I don't see it.
So I'm
I
gonna
give
go.
them 10 and a touchdown late. It's gonna
So
be,
who
it's
you
gonna be
taking? Just pick.
31 to 10.
I'm going to take Penn State.
All
I'm
right.
going to take Penn State.
All
Penn
right.
State. Penn State. Penn State. All right.
I'll just be leading the pack like I am right now. Speaking of
Hey,
leading the
trust me.
pack,
If they lose, I'm not going to be mad. 'Cause I hope Penn State lose 3 in a row. So
Wow.
Michigan has a shot still.
well, yeah, if
I'm
Penn
still
State,
hopeful.
dude, if Penn State loses and then loses to Ohio State,
No, we need to lose 3 though. So we need to lose them to IU too. Our Rutgers at the end of the year.
they're gonna lose. There's no way they'll lose to
IU.
Rutgers.
Or IU.
So speaking of points, is this the updated points that we got here in the group message, or do we got to add last week's?
Yeah, we haven't had last week.
But
yet,
can we
so-
just talk about
Yeah.
right now
Yeah,
what,
go
what
ahead,
points
yeah.
are? So when we add last week's, we'll do that for next show. But right now, in fourth place,
Scott's not here.
Logan Smith,
With what?
85 picks. I want to see how many games we picked, and then like how points per because I want to see my losses.
Yeah.
You know. And in third place, we have a new third place.
Oh, it's me, isn't it?
CJ.
I was last place.
He was last.
Oh, okay, good.
Started from the bottom. And
I
we're
got
here.
worried. I'm gonna be a second again.
And rounding out the top by 2 points. 90 points overall to 88. It's your boy, CJ Westra. And John close behind me. With that Penn State pick, man, you might pass me.
That's one.
You might be past me right now.
I'm
We don't know.
I'm closer to John, and John's closer to you.
Oh, yeah. And so
Smart.
5 points separate top from bottom. That's
It's not bad.
which I'm screwed
And-
when it comes to our Final Four picks.
And if you guys, our point system is our quick picks, each 1 point. Our locks of the week are 2, but if you take the underdog to win and they do win, that's 3.
Yes. So I picked underdog, and hopefully I get 3 points this week.
So, going with that, let's go to quick picks.
All right, quick picks. Or drum roll, please.
We didn't get to talk much about last week football because nothing happened.
Nothing really happened.
I mean, I.
Hey, shout out to Memphis, though. Shout out to Memphis.
Shout out to Memphis.
Man, that
Good win,
one's
baby.
sad.
Good
Yeah,
win.
That one either.
Good win.
Bummer.
Baylor at TCU, 12 o'clock game.
John, go ahead. That's you, baby.
That's my lock. I got TCU pulling off the upset. 4-4.
Go ahead.
Give me Baylor.
Give me Baylor.
Cool. Picking up.
All right, Illinois at MSU, my lock. I'm taking Illinois.
MSU.
Illinois.
Jeez.
Oh, speaking of, App State and at South Carolina. 7 o'clock game.
And App State was riding a good high.
Until they lost to Charleston Southern last
Yeah, who the
weekend.
hell?
What you
I
guys
don't know.
got? I don't know.
South
SC.
Carolina. Give me
SC.
SC. Give me a real school.
Give me the real SC.
Give me SC. I don't think they lose at home.
Give me the real SC. You heard me.
This one's interesting.
All right. Kansas State at Texas.
Very.
3:30.
Hey.
Why? This should have been one of our in-depth picks.
No. Texas off a bye. They lost a week before.
I think they
Oklahoma's
lose-
Rooting for Kansas State.
I think Kansas State wins.
Tom Herman is 10-2 after a loss. Just to let you guys know. You take Kansas State?
Nah.
Did you just say you take Kansas?
Yeah, I'll take Kansas
Sounded
State.
like it.
I'll
Hey.
take Kansas
I
State.
got Texas.
I'm doing
Okay.
Texas. Give me Texas because they're healthy now.
Hook 'em
Hook 'em.
up.
Hook 'em.
All right.
Who cares?
Wake Forest at Virginia Tech. 3:30 kickoff.
Give me VAR.
Give me Wake Forest.
Yo, I'm a toss up for this one too. Give me. Is that Vodtech?
Yeah.
Give me Wake Forest. Give me Wake Forest.
Okay.
What we got next?
Next, big game in the Big Ten that really kind of we didn't talk about much, but we
I just
have
noticed I'm taking all the home teams.
you homer. Iowa at Wisconsin. Give me the Hawkeyes.
Wow,
I think the Hawkeyes have been silent but deadly. After their loss to Michigan, I think that they go on and win and make some noise. They're not out of the race yet in the West.
Give me Wisconsin.
I want Wisconsin. 'cause
Yeah.
Like if they win, and we'll just say this quick, but if they win and Penn State beats Minnesota, they're number one. So that's kind of why I'm picking that. All right, Mizzou at Georgia, 7 o'clock kickoff.
Bulldogs.
Georgia.
It's Georgia at home, dude. They're not going to lose again.
UG, go Dogs.
Mizzou, baby. That's my lock of the week.
Go in depth a little bit.
I think at the end of the day, Georgia's been playing better. They just beat a good Florida team last week.
They handled them, too. They wasn't really close.
And,
other than the score showing up like that.
And I think at the end of the day, Mizzou knows Mizzou's not they'll be able to go to a bowl game. Because of violations.
Yes.
But not because of the record. But I think Mizzou, Kelly Bryant shows out, and I think he puts up big numbers.
I forgot he was there.
Yeah, I think he puts up big numbers this week. I think it's a shootout. 'Cause I don't think Mizzou's will be able to stop the run. But at the end of the day, I think they get up in the fourth quarter and Jake Fromm's will throw a late pick to seal the game. That's what I think's going to happen. Give me Mizzou.
Again. All right. Sure.
ND at Duke, 7:30.
Bro, Indy's been playing so bad.
So bad.
And it's not because they don't have the time. It's because they know they're not making the playoffs. And what are they
There's
playing
nothing to
for?
play for.
Right.
And
They're
that's
like,
a
oh, 6 bowl. Who cares?
And that's the problem when you don't play in like conference.
I'm
If they were in
not
conference,
why.
they would still be playing hard to win conference.
Why are we
championship.
talking
Nobody
about
cares
this?
about conference championships.
I'm taking Duke.
You're taking Duke? I think the quarterback play is just awful.
I'm giving you guys a chance to catch up.
I'm gonna take Indy.
I gotta ride with ND.
I'm gonna take Indy, but I don't think it's pretty.
Yeah, again, they barely came back from Virginia Tech last week.
Indy's just not
I
playing
can
hard.
assume
They're just not playing
Logan's going to pick ND
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Iowa State at Oklahoma, 8 o'clock game. I want to take Iowa State, but
Dude,
I've
don't
picked
be
too
scared.
much. No, I've picked too many.
At night game.
It's a night game. I think Oklahoma rules. They have more to play for.
I think Oklahoma.
If it was that Iowa State, it'd be, or like Logan calls them, Ohio State. Just kidding. I wanted to make fun of you, Logan. I'm sorry. I love you. But I'm taking Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Okay.
Generators.
Boomer Sooner.
Rumor sooner.
Tip off that.
Shoot the rock. Don't fall this time on their horses.
Don't fall. Those
That was kind of funny because everybody was okay. Wyoming at Boise State.
Good game out there in the Mountain West, though. Who?
Give me Wyoming. Even though I like Boise State.
You did
Give me
like-
Wyoming.
Caleb?
Blue Field.
Wyoming. They won me money 2 weeks ago. So
Blue Field, baby.
I'm gonna take Boise State at home. I don't think they'd lose a home game.
yeah. So that's it for our quick picks. I just want to say something real quick. Earlier in the podcast, I said something about killing myself. I meant to say kicking myself. So I apologize because suicide is not funny. We all know people that struggle with depression. And just didn't want to take that lightly. I figured I should say something.
I didn't even catch that.
Because I got a lot of people that I know who have passed actually this year from suicide. And it is not something. If you ever feel like you need somebody to talk to, please message the podcast. We would love to set you up with great things in store because you are worth it and you are more than just our listener. We appreciate you as a human being and what you have to offer. That being said, not trying to get super deep, but we love you guys. We really do.
Before we go, too, every Tuesday we will be releasing a basketball broadcast, too. So be happy on that, talking about college basketball and NBA with you guys.
True.
So, thank you guys, and enjoy your week. This is the Hustle Podcast.